Alrighty. So, you guys had just stepped out of the portal from Castle Nantar and found yourself staring at snowy ground, pine trees, and a hunting lodge in the distance.
Oh, yeah.
You took the portal thinking that this would probably be how the members of the cult communicate with their superiors, so figured you might as well go through and figure out what you can find. So, as you look around at the stones, they appear old and weathered, lichen covering much of the surface, but you can see traces of white paint in some of the grooves.
Any sort of lettering in those grooves, or just random grooves of paint?
Are you going to investigate them?
Surely.
All right.
Yeah.
Oof.
Off to a great start.
All right, Merlin. You start looking at them, and you're pretty sure there's some kind of letters, but you can't figure out what they're saying. They're definitely not written in common, though.
Okay. I bet they say, none shall pass, everyone will die.
Nightshade, as you begin looking at them, you start to realize that these letters look familiar, but there's parts that are missing, and you kind of scrape away some of the lichen to be able to see all of the grooves. And you realize that these are draconic letters.
Wes, could you help make these out?
I was just thinking that.
Well, you
Looks
speak
like,
draconic as well, Nightshade. And you both got
I know,
nines.
but maybe she may. Oh, I wasn't even looking at what the rules were.
So you're able to tell they're draconic, but there's something that's just not quite right. Like, you're looking at it and the letters don't make words. And you're not able to figure out quite what it means.
Maybe it's one of these things where the letters are not in the right order, whatever those things are.
Anagram.
Yes, maybe it's an anagram.
Anyone good at puzzles?
Well, you all rolled investigation. Merlin had the highest score.
So no.
But Merlin can't read the letters to figure out what it means.
I'll just give my brain to Nightshade for a quick second. It works.
I can see it. A helmet with straps with a brain inside.
Merlin opens her head skull up. The brain pops out with some tentacles, crawls over to Nightshade, latches on top.
I guess you could do that if you had if we each had intellect devours in our heads and they just swap places.
Yeah, but the problem is skills are, based on, especially investigation, that's in your brain anyway. It's not going to be related to your body.
I appreciate that you guys ran with that so hard.
I gotta give somebody some guidance.
Okay.
True.
So, who are you giving guidance to, Nightshade?
Well, tell Celeste what letters I can make out, and I'll give her some guidance.
Okay, Celeste, go ahead and roll another investigation check.
Nice.
Right. So, with the guidance and the information from Nightshade, you start to realize that the reason why these letters don't make any sense is they're a transliteration. So somebody is using draconic letters to represent words in another language that there is no draconic equivalent for. And as you figure this out, you realize that it is written in the ancient language of Nethril, Loros. They mention snowy lands and a swamp of mournful croaking.
All right, I'll transcribe that for everybody.
So at that point, everybody, you realize that it's basically saying the equivalent of, this is the portal from the mountains to the swamp.
To the swamp. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. That's what I interpreted it as. I was going to say, this is the snowy lands. We just came from the froggy area.
That makes sense.
You do notice that there are several other stones here that look like they may, if you could activate them, may take you other places, but the lichen has worn down the stone down to the point you can't tell for sure where you may end up.
Do we think they have the same activation word too, or we just have no clue?
Are you going to try it?
Nah.
Well, we don't have to step through, do we?
That's
Poke
true.
head through. Yeah. Peek and then come
But
back.
all of a sudden you open up the thing. Hey, someone just connected to the Stargate. Oh.
That would be an interesting twist to the game.
Fun crossover. All right, what do we want to do, guys? Probably not portal hop. Maybe check out the lodge. Anything else you guys want to look at?
Yeah, no, I think we should check out the lodge, unless there's something else that pops out to do that. I guess I'll fly up and get an aerial view around the lodge to see if there's trails leading up into packed snow type thing. Even
Yep.
if it's
It does appear that
it'd still be.
It does appear that there are some patrol paths. There's also a stable and well behind the lodge from where you are. Appears the lodge is occupied but not heavily fortified at the moment.
Cool.
No flags or banners or anything. No easy giveaway.
No flags or banners?
That's just a joke.
I mean, there's a couple of
Here be the dragon cult.
No, there is no banner of a 5-headed dragon or anything like that on the front of this place. It looks basically like a hunting lodge.
Okay. Oh, we don't hear any dragon wings flapping anywhere.
Are you listening
Do
for
I see
dragon
any?
wings?
I want to know. Wait, can I perception check or something?
Sure.
Oh goodness.
I'm looking for wagon tracks that may have came through the portal.
Oh shit! I
the
hear
treasure.
Well, remember they offloaded the treasure from the wagons at the roadhouse.
Oh, okay, that's right.
And then hauled it through the swamp. So yes, there's tracks coming from here to the lodge, but it's all foot traffic.
Hmm.
Now, is it going through the main doors, or is there like possibly a cellar that they're taking stuff to?
You don't see signs of a cellar, but there is a door that leads out the back to the wells in the stable, and then one door out the front that leads kind of to where you guys are at.
You think we should go around back and
Merlin,
check it out?
you don't hear anything of.
I know, I figured. I vote. I agree with Nightshade. We can go around back if you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well check out the outside before we go inside.
Solid. Let's be stealthy though.
Or should at least try to?
Ooh, I'm stealthy. Follow me. Nice.
Oh, I'll follow you. So I must be walking in your footsteps. Exact same score. Like I did when I was a kid with my dad. He'd step, I would step where he did.
Okay, so Merlin, what appearance do you currently have?
Oh god, I feel like I should change it just based on that question. I'm me. I'm going back to normal me.
Okay,
I don't know
that's
what
fine.
normal means.
I'm not asking for like there's something major going to happen, and if you show up in one form or the other, I just want to know how people are going to respond to you.
Totally fair.
Because depending on who you look like, there may be different responses.
Okay. So let me not go with full me because I think full me has like horns according to my photo. So let's go with like normal, tall. Yeah, I'll be tall. I'll be cool. I'll have dark hair.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is like you've come across Cindergosa, the half dragon. You've come across the one elf that was a pretty high-ranking member of the cult, and other things like that. So I was just trying to make sure: are you coming in as somebody who might be recognizable, or coming as anonymous as possible?
Okay. Let me actually confer with my friends here. So, do we want to go in and be recognized, or do we want to go in and just be some people? Any input?
Let's just be people.
Okay.
It's not like they really recognize us yet. I mean, maybe the elf guy has spread some information, but
I mean, if we really need it, I can go into a corner and turn into someone and pop back in and be like, "Hey, I'm here." But I think maybe it's good to go stealth at first. So I'm just a normal person right now.
Normal
Good
person.
question.
Yeah, 'cause I'm thinking that, you know, despite the cult thing, that we don't necessarily know that this is cult related, right?
Fair.
I mean,
No, we don't
there
know.
was
We assume it is.
there was a reference to a portal on the lodge in Resmir's notes that you guys found. So at the very least, you know that the cult uses this lodge.
But we don't know how they would be received.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we should go in through the kitchen.
Sure.
All right. So you guys are hugging around, slinking through the forest to the backside.
Sounds good.
All right. As you guys are slipping through the woods, you see walking the path around the lodge is 2 trolls and 3 ambush drakes. Looks like they're the guard force for the lodge. Kind of keeping an eye out for trouble and things like that.
Okay, I think we should stay away from them.
Agreed.
And then work our way timing-wise up. That we can get to the back door, and then have Suspicious check it out and open it up for us.
Solid plan.
All right. Well, with your stealth checks, that's not hard to do.
Woo!
As you get around to the back, you see, like I said, there's a well, a small stable, some kennels. It looks like don't have dogs in them, but probably where the ambush drakes are being kept.
Hmm. Do we want to try to get inside? Or do we want
Yeah,
to
I think
explore? Okay. All right, in the back door we go.
The only other thing I think we possibly check would be the well, but
All right, so you guys get up to the back door. Peeking through the windows, you can see there is a rather busy-looking kitchen. People
oh, it
rushing
is a
back.
kitchen.
Yep, people rushing back and forth, trying to prepare food. Doesn't appear that they are really looking outside to notice you, but they are definitely quite busy and focused at the moment.
Hmm. Is there any real free space in there? Can we like scoot around the side, or are there people just like kind of everywhere all at once doing everything? Like once we get inside.
Well, you can peek up at the windows and see what seems to be going on.
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm moving over to this
All right.
other window to look in this window.
Yep. You can, as you peek in that window, Nightshade, you see 3 beds and a simple writing desk. The room seems to be quite clean and spotless.
Is this is there a second floor by chance?
Yes, there is.
So I guess I could go up to a window. I'm trying to make sure I don't fly in front of the other windows, but look in a second floor, see if maybe that's the way we want.
Good
Through
thinking.
like a second floor window. So I'm looking at with this one here. It looks like we could get in without being detected, but then we either go to the kitchen, then there's another door out of the room. But
there is a small balcony above the kitchen door. So you could possibly, if you kind of fly up there, you think that would be a source of ingress that you can see at this point.
you wanted to come up the second floor?
Let's do it. We might need to do like a little ropey thing for Celeste and I.
Okay, we can do that.
Do we need to do
So
like a
yeah.
dexterity?
I'll go to the second floor and then bring down a rope for them.
Thanks.
And this character actually has the immovable rod that got trapped with that. So I'll use it to help me secure the rope. Basically, drop the rope down and wrap it a couple times around the rod and hold on to the other end. So
Okay.
Do we need like dexterity checks or anything, or are we just like super awesome and we can do it?
Well, does anybody have less than a... Can anybody roll less than a 5?
On
on
dexterity.
athletic,
On athletics?
Athletics.
that'd be possibly because it's minus some. Somebody's got to have an 8 strength of 8.
Mine's -1. So
I'm +2.
okay.
So if you can roll less than a 5, you need to roll.
All right. Well, I can give guidance, so I'll give a D4. To
Oh,
that.
please give me guidance. Can I just take that back and do guidance? Because that was just a straight 0.
Even with guidance, that's only an extra max of
3.
4. Celeste, you're fine.
God. Do I just fall over?
Maybe you just don't know how to
Suspicious,
climb a
you don't
rope.
even need to roll that. You can fly.
Can I take his 20?
I have to carry them, you know.
Yeah.
She tried to climb. She got her foot tangled, tripped off, and like got wrapped around it. So now I gotta carry her up.
All right, Merlin, I need you to make me a stealth check.
Goodness. Okay. By the way, suspicious. I appreciate it. Oh goddamn. Okay.
Okay, so not horrible.
Not great either.
So as you're trying to climb, like Suspicious said, your leg gets tangled up and you end up slipping and flipping yourself upside down. It only takes a few moments for Nightshade and the rest to haul you the rest of the way up with the rope. But you do kind of bang and thump against the wall a couple of times.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys.
All right. Now pull the rope up so it's not still hanging out. If
Yeah, you kind of
Kitchen
had to.
decides to look.
You kind of had to do that to get Merlin the rest of the way up.
Can't take you anywhere.
Nope.
All right, so I'll take a look to make sure we didn't get seen by the patrol or anything else, and then take a look in the window, see if we can, or I'm assuming it's a window above the balcony.
There's a window to either side of the balcony, but not directly onto the balcony. There's a double
It's like
door.
the ingress. Oh, there's a double door for the balcony.
Mm-hmm.
All right, how about I check one window out and Suspicious check the other one out to see which way might best be best.
I'm just gonna stand exactly where I am, very quietly.
Or what might be if the doors are clear, so we're going to look through the window, see what we can see, if it's clear to go in.
Okay. Doesn't appear to be anything in the room. You can see several tapestries hanging on the wall, but your angle makes it kind of hard to tell what is on the tapestries.
Okay. Of course, I grab my rod, and I guess we go through the double door.
Let's do it.
Open the doors then.
I don't have a map.
Oh, or shared the other one and forgot. There you go. All right, so as you swing the door open, you see a roaring fireplace, churning out heat and light against the cool, frigid twilight of this area. The 30-foot-high chamber has a ceiling buttressed by 10 wooden pillars carved as dragons. 5 large tapestries hang along the walls, 2 on the west wall flanking a door, 2 on the east wall hanging side by side, and a particularly grand one dominating the south wall next to the fireplace.
What's on the tapestries?
The tapestries, 4 of them show various scenes of dragons hunting, killing, and feasting on various creatures. You can see one of them showing blue dragons attacking a caravan in the desert. Another shows elves being overwhelmed by the toxic gas of a green dragon's breath. The third shows a red dragon burning down on the castle ward of Waterdeep. And finally, the fourth one show a black and white dragon circling over a cold swamp dotted with ruins. The fifth tapestry shows a 5-headed dragon, which you guys would recognize as the queen of
Tiamat.
dragons, Tiamat, in all of her glory, crowned in gold and silver, worked with gemstones, gold and silver thread, and is about 35 feet wide, 20 foot tall, and shows her crushing cities surrounded by adoring followers. If you want to give me history checks, you can to learn more about what the locations are. You certainly can.
Wee!
Wee. Well, none of you
My map out.
are rolling quite high enough to. Nope. None of you are able to identify anything further about the tapestries.
Even at 18? Dang.
Well, if you think about it, these are artistic renditions, so you're trying to recognize like locations based on an artist's rendering of something from a couple 100 to 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
I'm going to move over to start here.
Okay.
And I'm going to start, like, I want to look if there's anything be hidden behind these tapestries.
All right. That particular tapestry, there is nothing hidden behind it. It is a
So what
solid
I'm
wall.
going to start doing is working my way around.
So give me a
counterclockwise
perception
around.
check on the rest of them to see what's there.
I'll give myself some guy.
All
I
right.
check for some traps.
You certainly can. You get around to right here, and you realize that there is a trapdoor, or not a trapdoor, but a hidden doorway on that wall, Nightshade.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just going to scoot in.
I'll move out of suspicious way so he can investigate the door. Let him know what's there.
there are no traps.
I think that should be our way to go through the secret door. It's probably less used. We can listen at it though first.
Sounds good.
I don't hear anything.
You
Except my
just hear
breathing.
the crack and roar of the fire, Nightshade.
I'm going to sneak
All right.
over, take a listen.
Okay.
Probably not much more.
Crack and roar of fire. Celeste, you hear the same.
Dang. Okay, cool.
All right, before we go, I'll take a look behind the flames,
Okay.
like maybe something hidden in the fireplace, like
Nope.
see if
You don't
there's
see.
anything possible back. Okay.
You don't see anything hidden in the fireplace.
All right, you want to go through the door?
Let's do it.
Okay. The room beyond, it has 3 open windows. and the walls are the walls are adorned with stuffed animal heads, such as a 14-point stag, a mountain goat, a bear, 2 winter wolves, and an ankeg's head. 2 tattered banners hang from the ceiling, and 2 leather chairs and a handful of braziers complete the comfortable parlor.
All right. Walking around the outside of the room. It looks like there's a little hatch here for another door, or is that? Oh, that's a window.
Yeah, that's a window there.
All right.
You can tell that these windows can be swung open, at least in this area.
Is this a carpet on the floor?
Yes, that is a rug on the floor.
All right. Make sure it's actually a rug. But
Let's look under the rug. Wait. Can suspicious check for traps?
guess a couple of us could get on one end and roll it over here, like roll it from here to here.
Sure.
So are you walking across the rug, Merlin?
I'm standing on the side.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna roll the rug up.
You're gonna roll the
We're
rug
gonna
up.
start on this. Yeah, we're gonna start on this end and then roll up, roll. And then
Who's
we roll it
grabbing?
up, it gets,
Who's grabbing the rug first?
I
Suspicious
guess I
is
would.
gonna check for traps first.
Suspicious is going to check for traps first. Okay, so
Please.
Suspicious, are you like lifting the rug up a little bit to check and see if there's anything underneath it, or are you just
Don't touch the rug.
like visually looking across the rug?
I'm first visualizing, see if there's anything off about it, and then I'm lifting it up.
Okay, so you give me a perception check to take a visual look at it.
I'll give you my words of wisdom.
Okay, does not appear to be any traps on the rug that you can
Oh
see.
no.
Okay, well then make sure to pick up the Persian rug. I need some decorations for home.
So are you picking the rug up to check underneath it now, or are you just getting out of the way for them to roll it up?
I'm getting out of the way.
Okay. So who's grabbing the rug to roll it up first?
Well, the two of us will grab the edge, like I'm doing the corner and the corner, like rolling up a wrestling mat.
Okay. Both of you make
So,
me
like
a Constitution save.
Ah, I knew that was coming.
We haven't even got started rolling yet.
Okay. I'm alright.
All right. So as you grab the rug, you hear a pop, and Merlin, you it just kind of stings for a moment. Nightshade, your arm kind of goes numb for a few seconds as the static electricity on the rug discharges.
That was it?
Yes, I love doing stuff like that.
I'm so
Get you up.
nervous.
Yes, sometimes you can make yourself into the. You became the trap. You made yourself think that there was a problem going to happen.
Well,
Okay.
there might be something, and it could be a trapdoor for the
And
escape
again-
route down below.
And again,
Yeah.
it could have been a rug of smothering, and as soon as somebody grabbed it, wraps them up and starts squeezing them to death.
That's what I was expecting, frankly.
Those things are nasty because when somebody hits it, the person inside takes half the damage that the rug does.
Same with a cloaker.
So,
Was
All
there
right,
let's
anything
pull this
underneath the rug?
all right, so you get the rug all rolled up, nice hardwood floor underneath. Definitely a different shade than the part that's been exposed, since some of it has been weathered and seen the sunlight, and some of it hasn't. But other than that, you're not seeing any obvious hidden compartments, traps, or secret passageways.
Dang, solid try. Alright, anything else fun in here? Any other secret doorways or tapestries or...
Alright, I'll come listen at this door.
You don't necessarily hear too much from there. It sounds like you can hear that there's people somewhere in the house, but nothing completely obvious of there's somebody standing right on the other side talking.
Alright. I guess, Spish, you want to check this door out, and then we can go through? I'll give him some.
What door?
This one right here, where I'm standing in front of now. I just listened at it. I'll give you some guidance. Not a lot.
Okay. Do I gotta roll something or just go through?
If you're just opening it, just open it.
I'm just opening it.
Okay, you open the door. You find yourself in a bit of a open foyer area. Down below, you can see the main entrance to the house with a stairway that comes up to the upper floors, or the upper floor.
But we don't see anyone.
Nope, not out here.
Yes, go down to the... Now, is this a balcony to see below?
Yes.
And there's one. Yes, come check this door out. Open the door to this bedroom.
You're opening the door?
Yeah.
All right. As you open the door, you see something large, black, and scaly.
Ooh.
As you realize that there's a black half-dragon standing on the other side. And seeing you, he hisses and prepares to attack. So go ahead and give me a initiative roll, please. Oh boy.
Straight to the boss.
It's going to be one of those nights.
Oh, it's frackin' Resnir.
Yep.
That's where he was. We were waiting for him.
So...
I shut the door.
You shut the door. Well, it's Resmir's turn.
Wait, can
I still had the door in my hand. Oops, wrong door.
Can I change forms before the fight starts?
That takes an action.
Damn. So, can't do it till my turn?
Pretty much, yes.
Dang. Okay.
So Resmir will step up, target the guy right in front of him.
Did we not catch him by surprise?
His pants are down?
Nah, you really didn't. You didn't get surprised. He didn't get surprised. He just rolled really good on initiative.
Goddamn.
And you guys all rolled poorly, aside from Merlin. You're probably going to need Faria, so I will go ahead and take control of that one. That's not helping much anyway. All right. So he is going to go ahead and take a swing with his his greatsword. And that will hit.
Alright, well, I will deflect that, though,
Okay.
or as much of it as I can.
Let's see here. So you still are hit for 3. And some of that is necrotic damage. Begins kind of burning into your skin there a little bit. Nightshade. And with that, it is Merlin's turn.
Okay, I have to know, can he see me right now?
Uh,
I'm looking to the side of the door.
He can kind of see you, but you have cover.
Okay. Here's the plan. I am the elf. I'm the high-ranking elf now.
Okay, so you're going to kind of shift into the elf.
Yeah.
All right.
And I just kind of like take a step forward, so I'm like right in front of Nightshade. Let me just kind of scoot. And I say, "Hey, sorry for the confusion. We just came here and we opened the wrong door. We're going down for a big meeting. How's it going?"
Let's see how this goes.
This is my plan.
I think you gotta roll persuasion or something like that.
Okay, fair. Yeah. Oh no, you're smiling. Is this like bad? Do I roll a persuasion check?
Go ahead.
Oh god. Okay, here we go. Oh, I did not mean to do that twice, sorry. Oh, and neither of them are good. So let's just pretend those didn't happen and re-roll. That's how that works, right?
No, you don't have an inspiration to re-roll.
Oh, wait, how about I'm feeling lucky? I am feeling lucky.
You might be feeling lucky. Okay, go.
Okay,
go for it.
So let me throw my luck out here. And let's roll a not shitty persuasion check. Ah, okay. It's better than a 1.
Well, he kind of freezes for a moment and kind of looks at you, looks at Nightshade, looks at you, looks at Nightshade. And you can see the gears like grinding in his head as he's trying to figure out, wait a second, how is the guy that Cyanrath beat the snot now working with the leader of the castle?
If you can't beat him, join him.
He's just going back and forth like, and he finally turns and looks at you, Merlin, and goes, "Who's in charge then?"
Me, obviously.
No, I mean at Nyantar.
Oh, there was a bit of trouble there. So I ended up taking these guys because they ended up helping me get out of it. And we figured we'd come here to kind of reconvene and then go back and take over everything. But that's kind of, there's been some mishaps.
What happened? I was there not more than a day or two ago, and everything was. What?
Yeah, these crazy people came in. They tried to take over, killed a bunch of people. There was a big revolt. But these dudes ended up helping me, and we managed to get a lot of the good stuff and run here. So now we're kind of regrouping, and we're gonna go back and figure this out.
So you're here to see Talus and get some help to recapture the castle?
Exactly. That's the plan.
Ah, well then I'll come with you. That way
Cool.
we can.
I'm just gonna
Yes.
get changed real quick. We were looking for a room to so I could get my stuff together, and then we're gonna go.
Oh, the room next door to me, and he points south. I believe that's empty.
Thank you very much. See you. We'll meet downstairs in 15.
Oh no, Talus's room is at the end of the hall. We'll just I'll wait for you, and when you're ready, we can go talk to her.
All right, sounds good. I'll knock on your door. 15. And then we kind of scoot.
Well, he comes out in the hallway, and you see him just kind of start loitering right next to the door.
Okay. Well, I'm still going inside. I'm going with my get changed thing. So.
Okay. What's the rest of you guys doing?
Following along like she's a leader.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Following
same
the
thing.
leader,
Rubbing my-
the leader,
rubbing my-
the
rubbing my
leader. We're following the leader wherever
I
she may
actually
go.
can't believe that worked.
Do you know why it worked?
No idea.
He rolled a 7 on his wisdom check to try and not get confused by the sudden appearance of your lookalike.
That is amazing. I'm very happy about that. The one-time low rolls pay off.
So he was just like, to start with. And then when you lucky rolled a 14, it was like, okay, sure.
It's phenomenal. I'm obsessed with my lucky. I think that's the greatest. Okay, so I'm just gonna scoot.
So you scoot in there. The rest of you following?
Yeah. Steps got a big dragon guy in my way.
Well, he's just kind of leaning up against the wall, waiting for you guys to get done with whatever you're going to do.
Oh god, I really don't know what
Nope,
to do
not
next.
that way. Nah. Suspicious.
Oh, I thought this guy was
That door is where everybody's going.
Okay, we're having a group meeting right now about what the F we do next because I don't know. We gotta talk real quietly though, because he's outside. So we can go talk to this Talus guy who sounds like Bigwig. Oh god, haha. I love it.
That was his perception check to see if he overhears anything.
Perfect.
Nope.
That was what I needed. Okay, so we can really plan, guys.
Well, you don't.
Group is now
Technically,
learned
you
group
don't know
telepathy.
what that is. Should change that.
The group now has telepathic.
Ooh.
Who's the telepathic hub?
The brain.
The wandering brain.
Yeah, the one we talked about earlier.
Ah.
That actually would be amazing, and I would love to have telepathy. Okay.
But I don't think we should necessarily want to try to take on both those guys at once.
No, not at all. There's a window right here. I mean, I just want to throw that out there. Gonna hop out this window. Or we could come up with a really good backstory right here, right now, and go talk to this Talus dude and actually just have a conversation and hope that no one notices. What do we think?
Very, very risky.
Very risky. That's what I'm saying. Window is right here. We have flyers. I have
High
a
risk,
ladder.
high reward. Go big or go home.
I mean, it is also a good opportunity to talk to another bigwig, but real risky.
It's up to you guys. I'll back your play.
Oh goodness.
However, I am out of all healing, so
Oh god. Good to know. Good to know. I think I'm actually really low on healing too. Let me check.
Yeah, you guys haven't taken a rest from being from working under the
Mm.
castle.
Yeah, we really didn't. What if I could like pop my head out and I just tell him, actually, we're so tired, we want to like take a quick nap.
actually, I got 1 cure light wounds left. That's what I got.
Okay,
Just
I
my
have
magic initiate one.
sure. I have 2 healing light, and I have. Let's see. Do I have spell slots left? My scroll is not working. Okay, I have like 2 spell slots. I don't think I used my spell of the day. So I do have some healing. It's just not the world's most. We're also a bit wounded to start with, or at least me and Sir Fuzzy are.
Do we still have those potions on our party sheet?
Ooh, good thinking.
I do still have cure wounds, and I have 5 spell slots.
Cool. Okay, awesome. So, I mean, we have some stuff. If we do have to battle, we could. How wounded is Sir Fuzzy, out of curiosity?
He is 9 out of 25.
Okay. Alright. I don't want to waste any of my stuff before we even get started, so...
The question is, do we want to risk fighting the entire lodge again, like we did with the castle, or do we want to BS our way to success, or the
I
window,
think
or the
that's
window?
how the whole castle got started, with us BS.
No, the whole castle got started with you guys BSing and then Nefarious saying,
Yeah, whatever.
You're not going to just suddenly decide to give up a life of villainy and debauchery. You can just die.
Hey, I respect it.
You do have to realize that, like, the other thing is there's not as thick of walls here. So, like, when you were fighting that dude, if you'd managed to take him down in his tower, nobody would have known. He had to go running, screaming to get people's attention. Here, you're pretty sure the walls might be thin enough that somebody could hear the combat.
That makes the window sound pretty alluring. Okay, let's just, for whatever, like, let's brainstorm a story. Like, what would we tell them?
While you're doing that, I need to go deal with a dog.
Go for it. So, like, we could tell them, kind of going with our story of, like, people came... who was the people who revolted? There's, like, people who stood up with you guys and, like, killed everyone in the castle, right?
The bullywugs.
The bullywugs.
Actually, it was the lizard folk, but against the bullywug.
Okay, so lizard folk
rebelled. Those were the guys that helped us. The lizard folk. The bullywugs were keeping them in line.
Okay. So we could tell them about that. And we could just see what they say. But I guess they could kind of catch us and, like, if someone asks me a question. Okay. So you guys were just happened to be at the castle, and the lizard folk rebelled, and you decided to get in league with me and the bullywugs, and we managed to kill enough people to get to the portal. Or we managed to kill the rest of the people and get to the portal, but we needed some backup. I don't know. Help me workshop the story. What do you guys think? I feel like we need a backstory for why you would even be at the castle.
I guess I realized that I was wasn't strong enough, so I decided to join. Can't beat them, join them, right?
I was here for the dental plan.
I feel like that's pretty compelling. Celeste, what was your reason for helping?
Wanted to help my brethren.
There. That's pretty compelling.
I'm in it for the glory and the power, the promises.
Okay. So, window or bullshit?
Just let me know. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick while you decide.
Oh goodness. All
See,
right, so
I kind of want to hear you spin this web. I want to see what you go up with.
dental plan will sell it.
No. The only dental plan they have is we won't punch your teeth in.
Yeah, this is true. Oh God.
Mm,
I mean,
just mercenaries, I guess. You know.
yeah. You're just like a traveling mercenary, and you happen to be with Nightshade and Celeste, and you were like, fuck it. You guys have gold. I feel like it's sellable, but if we get caught in a corner, this is gonna suck.
Yeah, but it's either that or we're gonna have to escape through the window, and I'm assuming pretty soon they're going to start searching for us. So we either go through the portal, or we try to sneak in another way. In which case, either way, we'll still be finding them. It's just
Yeah.
Well, we could. One person could throw out the window here, fly back around the building where we were, go in the room that had the fire, use the rug and everything else and the tapestries, catch the building on fire. On the other side, then fly back around back to this window and back in.
That's such a funny plan. That's a good diversion. Because then I have to leave. Yeah.
I have
okay. So Nightshade, who wants to be the firebug?
fog cloud, and I also have pass without a trace.
Ooh. What's that?
That just gives us plus 10 to our stealth checks.
Oh, hell yeah.
I figured suspicious. I figured you'd want to be the firebug.
Yeah, I do want to be.
Okay, so
But
go for
But
it.
I don't-
If that's what you want to do.
I think
Okay,
it's a really
yeah.
funny plan.
Well, so I'll sneak out through the window, go back the way we came in, either get the rug, get part of it, and then just set it on fire for a diversion. But what's the plan afterwards? Because we're either gonna have to escape the building, or as they're trying to take it out, we're gonna have to, do something else.
That's true. I just threw that out there as a distraction. Because all of a sudden, once the building catches fire, then all kind of chaos is going to go on. So
we'll probably end up running away with Resmir, honestly, because I feel like we'll walk out and he'll be like, "Blah!" And then I don't know. Maybe he'll expect us to go with him. But maybe less pressure than a one-on-one conversation. I'm here for the chaos, honestly. I think it would be kind of fun.
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
we'll come up with a plan amongst the chaos.
okay. So I'll sneak out. So I'll sneak out, set a fire, and then we go as we roll with the punches. Then.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and if Celeste, if you want to cast pass without trace on us, that'll give him a +10 on bonus on his sneak around check too, because you can do it to the whole party right now. It'll last however long it lasts.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Anything else we should plan for, or?
Yes.
Yeah, it's gonna be a plan for the chaos.
Steven's looking at us like this is the dumbest plan in the world, which means it's going to be great. Let's do it.
No, I'm going through looking for the information on what's going to. I'm trying to see how many things are coming after you guys as soon as all hell breaks loose.
Well, it's all hell's gonna break loose, but then we're gonna try to actually try to start put out the fire. We're gonna cause all kinds of confusion.
We're going to be the good guys. We're going to save the day.
That's okay. We're the problem and the solution.
I want to be the whole problem.
I think that's a pretty solid plan. It gives us something to do with them so we don't have to talk directly.
Yeah. Every time we have done it, it either goes horribly wrong or we barely get out.
But the point is we get out.
And of course, we can always retreat. We can always disengage and dive out these windows.
That is true.
Okay. Okay.
Commence plan Firebug.
I like it. I like the name.
All right, so Suspicious, what is your minimum stealth roll at this point?
I got a +6 on it. So, what, 7?
Plus 16, so 17.
No. It's
Well-
just a +6, so my minimum is going to be 7.
Yeah, but if Celeste is casting Pass Without Trace, that's a plus 10.
Oh yeah, so 17 then. Right, I forgot about that.
It's a pretty great minimum.
So you're going out, going back around to the balcony, and going to try and light the building on fire from the tapestry room.
Yeah, I'm either gonna get one of the paintings or get cut parts of the carpet, set up. Just go from there.
Drag the carpet over, slap the tapestries on fire, all the good stuff. We already got the fire started. All he's got to do is get it over to the big flaming fireplace.
All right, so heading around. Suspicious?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Should be able to
Wait,
slip
where's the
through the
window?
window. There you go.
Am I just glitching out or something, or?
No, I think it's just not letting you move into the area.
Okay. I'm with the carpet and
Okay, give me a strength check, please.
I whooped the roll twice, but
Well, we'll go
I
with the
failed
first
it.
one.
So
So,
yeah,
yeah, the
yeah.
carpet's not moving.
I might have to cut it, and then light a piece of fire, and then bring it back to the rest. Something, something like that.
Don't forget, you also have the ability to go in large as a fairy. I think at this level.
Let's see. You guys are level 6. So, yes, you do have enlarge reduce once per day.
If you want, that's one of your new abilities.
Yep.
Okay. And that just gives me more strength or something like that, or what?
Let's see. You have advantage on strength checks and saving throws. Weapons grow, dealing an extra D4 damage. Blah blah blah.
So just reroll with athletic, but with
You
how
would get.
much?
It would basically let you re-roll your strength check with advantage.
And it increases your carrying capacity by 10 times, I think.
Okay.
Doesn't say anything about carrying capacity, but your weight gets multiplied by 8. So that's one way to gain plenty of weight real quick. Alright, so you enlarge yourself. You can easily now pick up the carpet and drag it into the other room. Are you just like stuffing it in the fireplace?
Yeah, I'm gonna get a one end on fire. Now the question is, should I bring it back so that it doesn't look too off, or should I just leave it there?
Bring
I'm
it
gonna just
back.
leave it there.
Okay, whatever floats your boat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I might have to bring it back. We don't want to look suspicious in case they're able to stop it on time.
Fair.
Well, here's the other question. How suspicious is it going to look that a rug in a room with no fire suddenly caught fire? And
Fair
rug,
enough. Fair enough.
but also the rug wasn't in this room either. There's no rug in this room, so how did it get in here and catch fire?
See, I was kind of hoping, like at that point, it was part of other stuff in that room were already on fire, so kind of mislead of what started it.
Fair.
So what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gotta put I gotta put a little bit of effort, so I'm gonna just bring it back and.
So you take the rug back in the other room then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, wait, no, this isn't going to work. Put the rug back. So now what are you going to do?
Wait, I'm sorry. Repeat that.
So are you lighting the rug and then taking it back, or are you just taking the rug back?
Yeah. I'm imagining myself. Rolled it up. Got an end on it, and then just tossed it back. Not like lay it out, but just like. Yeah.
Okay. Well, while you're doing this, please roll me a stealth check. You got
Nice.
30. And Resmir, yeah, he's oblivious. Even though he's standing in the hallway with an open door, he still doesn't notice you going on.
I love it.
I mean, it's like, you're cloaked in shadows, but there's a rug getting dragged through the doorway and then coming back on fire. He's oblivious.
That's how we like our Resmirs.
Makes for a good story.
Does.
Okay, and then just head back.
Okay, so you head back around. Come flying back in the window. Close the window.
Yes, now it's time to go see the boss.
About this point, you hear Resmir knock on the door. Everything okay in there?
Yeah, all
Yeah,
good.
just final touches. Final touches. Got to be presented.
It's not like you tromped through all the mountains on foot.
All right, and I just look at everyone. I'm like, now we have to take an extra 10 seconds because he tried to rush us, and we will not be rushed. And we just kind of sit there and stare at each other and wait 10 seconds.
All right, please roll for awkward silence.
Full 20.
You're just sitting there staring at each other.
With smiles on our faces. It's really creepy.
Trying to stay.
Yeah, man, I'm grinning like a loon right over here. I'm happy I set some fires. I'm happy.
So, all right. Since this was your desire, suspicious, please roll me a percentile dice.
Ooh.
That's the 100.
Yes. Okay.
Oh no.
So you guys are waiting, thinking that like Resmir is going to notice the smoke pretty soon, and he's not saying anything.
Well, he's not observant at all. We've established this.
Yes, this is true.
Like I would hope some of the smoke would come in through the open door that he completely ignored.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be reacting to the fire at all.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, then at that point, we probably should go out there and say, what's that smoke? Or,
Well, you
wait a
guys-
little bit longer for it.
Roll perception.
Oh no.
True. Okay, is that the game plan? Going out there and then just...
Or can we have Sir Fuzzy go invisible and show his voice? Fire!
Love it.
You guys aren't smelling smoke.
Ah, shit. Was the percentile for if the fire would come?
Shame.
Oh no.
Get some Sir Fuzzy a flask of oil and have him go prime it.
He's got bonus alcohol flasks on him. He can just kind of go give a little extra.
Well,
Man, he's
you
immune to
do
fire.
hear after a few minutes, what the? Why is it so bloody cold? And you hear
Cold?
footsteps stomping away.
I sensor fuzzed out, just take a peek, and I'm looking through his eyes. He's invisible.
Yep. He can see Resmir like marching up to the room because you guys forgot to shut any and all doors. So the cold air is just coming straight in from outside, right through the hall, right down the hall, all of that.
Oh, God.
He gets to here and goes, and then you hear hey, what the? Talos! As he starts yelling for Talus.
Okay, so we're gonna just kind of peek our heads out in the hallway then, I guess. Or should we wait and try to sneak away? This is the chaos plan, guys. We could either run down the stairs while they're both distracted, or we can go help them.
You see a woman in white armor stick her head out the door on the far side of the balcony. What do you want, Rasmir? I'm in the middle of something.
Ooh.
We've got intruders, Talus! Somebody tried to set a fire in the trophy room.
Okay, so if we don't pop our heads out, then we are the intruders. Now or never, guys. Are we intruders, or are we gonna kind of...
Grab some bucket!
Yeah, let's do it. All right.
Form a bucket! A chain gang!
All right, so I pop my head out, and I'm like, ah, shit. Where do you keep the... Well, no, I'll be like, all right, I'll grab some water. And I'll kind of like scurry.
Okay.
I'll run down to the kitchen and grab a thing of water.
All right, so you run down towards the kitchen. You see the 4 people who were in the kitchen previously. Talus is meanwhile going, "What do you mean intruders? Where? Why do you think there's intruders in the lodge? The back doors are all open and somebody tried to set the rug on fire. Unless you've got an imp running around somewhere."
Do the people in the kitchen give me some water?
Yeah, they'll be like, "Get lost!" and kind of throw a bucket at you.
I kind of run back up. And I'm like, here, take this. Give him the bucket.
So several other people... So Talus comes running over. Several other people come out of the room. See what's going on. You come running up there, and you see, like, the bottom portion of the rug is singed. Like, the frilly tassels, but the rug isn't actually burnt.
No!
And what you
sending
realize
him
is
down
the cold draft from the doors you left open put the fire out.
Mission failed, guys. We'll get them next time.
I just put in my notes in all caps, shut doors. Lesson learned.
Well, then it would have smothered itself, because
We tried.
no air, no fire.
This is true.
Well, Talus comes running over. You see, as she gets closer, she says, "Out of the room!" And Resmir will back out, and you see her pull out a wand, and she waves it, and you suddenly see the entire room just coated in sleet.
Oh.
As the last smoldering bits of the rug are extinguished.
I look at her and I say that was a better plan than my bucket of water.
What are you doing here?
Funny story. There was a bit of trouble at the castle, so came here to regroup.
What trouble? What kind of trouble?
So we had a bit of a rebellion with the lizard folk, and the bullywugs weren't able to really keep them under control anymore. These guys here helped me, and we were able to kind of subdue a reasonable amount of them, but we really kind of needed some backup, and we wanted to come talk to you and see what to do.
All right, please roll me a deception check.
All right. Yes! Fuck yeah! I'm deceptive as hell.
Something about harps or something.
Harps?
I don't. Harps.
Damn them! Meddling bastards!
I know, they suck.
And she sees Nightshade and says, I don't recognize your traveling companion.
Yeah, these guys were just kind of, passing by, and they decided to help. They really like power, so they weren't hard to convince. They knew the winning side when they saw one. Clearly, we're superior.
Yes, well, they will be richly rewarded when her ladyship, Tiamat, is returned.
Oh, they know.
And you see
Her
her
ladyship is kind.
You can see her looking at Nightshade like there's something bothering her, but she can't place it.
I say nothing.
It's probably the spiked helmet. I didn't have it before.
Ah.
So, what aid are you looking for?
Well, I wanted to kind of talk to you and see what would be best and what would best serve our plans for her ladyship.
Well, considering everything that's going on, I was considering abandoning operations at the castle anyway. How much were you forced to leave behind?
We managed to squirrel away a reasonable amount of it, but the lizard folk did kind of steal some, so wasn't the greatest.
The lizard folk finally decided to do something, huh?
Stupid worms.
Well, how much were you able to bring along with you?
We made a little safe spot on the other side of the portal, so we didn't actually bring it here, but it is safe where it is, and I can bring you to it if you want.
I'll send some folks to go get it. And you see her, like, turn around to one of the folks that came out with her.
I take my calligraphy kit, start sketching a little map, and hand it to...
Magot! Go round up some grunts and go retrieve her ladyship's offering. And you see one veteran nod and kind of like start heading around to go downstairs.
Nice. And I ask her, I say, so what do you want from us? What can we do next?
Well, once we get everything retrieved, sounds like it was a harrowing fight. You can use the room next to Resmir's to rest up for a bit and get ready for what will come next. We were just having a bit of a summit to determine what our next steps would be. We can continue that in the morning.
Sounds great. I look forward to it. Okay. And then we kind of all just scoot away. We have to... Okay. Go back to the room. Alright, so I look at everyone, I'm like, real low voices. How are we going to stop the dude from coming back from the portal and telling her that there's nothing there? Do we, like, move some rocks and break the portal? Or can we just, like, kill him? Or can I, like, take his shape real quick and come back and be like, oh, all good? I don't know. What do we think? Because he's going to come back and be like, oops.
Well,
No.
I agree. We could always come out and go ambush him,
And then we could blame it on the lizard folk. You know, like if he doesn't come back, we could just be like, oh, fucking lizards. But I'm definitely open to other suggestions.
Always act surprised, like it was there when we left.
I have a
Well,
feeling-
also,
Yeah.
it depends on what we do. If we do sneak out to go kill them, we could potentially just leave the body, and then since we didn't actually hide any treasure, we could, we could just make it look like someone came in, took whatever, killed the guys, and then killed the other guys that came into church.
leave tracks like someone stole the treasure.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking.
but it depends. It depends on how much time we're gonna spend here. Like, what's our main goal in here? Just gather information. In which case, we're gonna have to be careful that the guy you're imitating doesn't come back over here.
Didn't we kill him? Or no?
Nope, he got away.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah,
That's a
even if
great
he's
point.
injured, he's eventually gonna. I'm assuming because we got here, he could get here pretty easily, and at that point, everything's done. So
Okay, I completely agree
Who's the
with that.
doppelganger? Who's the doppelganger? No, you're the doppelganger.
And then we're gonna end up just having to fight everyone.
right, so we gotta do this real quick.
Yeah.
Whether
That's
I
what
think
you're
you go-
talking about? You're the doppelganger. No, you're the doppelganger. No, you're the doppelganger. The Discord.
exactly.
That's great. So, okay, so you're right. We need to focus on our plan, and I think that that's a really good point because he's probably going to come to the summit. So, totally fair. Which kind of blows your cover because your cover was based on me.
Well, we could also wait and ambush him before he gets here,
Ooh.
if he's coming. But if he's not coming, then it's like, where are your friends at? I sent them on guard, whatever. But then you're
Okay.
splitting the party up. I don't recommend we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If discovered, then we have a problem.
That's assuming he's coming to the same portal we came in through.
Fair point again. Do we know if there are multiple portals or one portal, or that's just information we don't have?
Well, you saw multiple stones. Some of them were talking about like the connection between here and the swamp. Others talked about other places, but you really couldn't determine what they were at
But
this
they're all like
point.
at the same spot. Like on this end. Like,
Generally, yes.
okay. So we could like stake out the portal area. She said we have until tomorrow morning. So we could like all do it so we don't split up the party and wait, and then we can also get the guard and my dude.
Possible, and if the guy doesn't show up, he doesn't show up, and then we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we could like wait and be late to the summit, and we could like peek in the windows, and if he is there, turn and run. And if not, we're clear.
Well, we'll be able to see him if he comes up the house.
Yeah.
Sir Fuzzy could be invisible and just wait, and then
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
come report to you if if he's sitting on top of the lodge, he's got to come through one of the doors, front or back.
Yeah, I agree with that. Should we wait at the portal to see if this dude tries to come back with the treasure, though, and we could kind of like, I don't know, kill him or tackle him on the other side and leave tracks like you guys were saying? Would you want to do the tracks on the other side or on this side?
Probably the other side.
I feel like that makes more sense, too, because we could blame the lizards.
Well, we know where they're going because I just gave them a map. Since I drew it, we could actually go through the portal and actually hit them on that side.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. Okay.
Come up and tell them that, oh yeah, we're here to help. Gives you the extra hands, and then ambush them and come back with no treasure.
Perfect. All right. So plan is go through the other side, stage this lizard murder, and then maybe stake out the portals a little long. Ooh, we should definitely leave someone at the portals to watch while we're doing that, though. I know we said don't split up the party, but if my guy comes through while we're doing that, that's not gonna be great. What do you guys think?
Well, you can, if you want, you can leave Sir Fuzzy at the portal.
Well, we don't know if it's gonna. I don't think so. I think we looked at it as like 100 feet perception, or like Well, I mean, he could always tell us after, but I can't look through his eyes unless I'm like 100 feet away or something.
Yeah, but you can either leave him here or at the portal. He can't be both places.
He could keep an eye out and we could come back and he could be like, ooh. But at least that way we would know. We just wouldn't know immediately from the other side. That could work. Am I allowed to be like far away from my familiar? Like there's no like he has to be close to me rule, right?
There's just certain things that don't function when you're too far away. It's not like he just automatically goes beep and disappears.
Cool. So I could leave him invisible and maybe even just feed him on the portal or lodge becomes the question. I feel like
well, the portal's right in front of the lodge, so he can actually see from like the roof. He can probably see. He can see the portal.
He does have kick-ass vision. All right, I think that's a solid plan. I'll leave Sir Fuzzy on the roof, invisible, and he can just keep an eye out and let us know the comings and goings, and if my elf dude shows up, and we can go stage this murder. We might want to hop out the window, though. What do you guys think?
Yep, sounds like a plan.
Cool.
If not, chaos will break out, and we'll be back right where we thought we were going to be a minute ago.
Totally fair. Maybe this time I'll do better at climbing a rope. All right. Do we take a short rest first, or do we just go? What do you guys think? We do. Well, maybe we should go murder and then take short rest. Murder first?
Sure.
Cool. Nightshade, do you mind setting up your immovable rod thing set up again, please?
To get down the rope.
Yes, please.
So, question. Are you guys going to take a rest before you go do this?
That's what we were just debating.
I say we go do it now because they grabbed some. He told the other guys to grab some grunts and then go grab the treasure. So I'm assuming they're going at it now.
I agree.
We can give them a head start.
True.
How far away was it from the castle to the portal? It was in this. It was in the castle.
It was.
The portal was under the castle, yes.
Where did you draw the map to, Nightshade?
Well, they're gonna as soon as they get through the portal, they're gonna run into the lizard men. So they're gonna probably have to fight through the lizard men, unless lizard men left. No, I drew them out outside the basically the gate, and you go out, go 50 steps to a rock.
Give me an intelligence check, Nightshade.
An intelligence check.
He's very smart.
You can think of a amazing place to tell them that the treasure is that'll guarantee that they probably won't be coming back anyway.
Really?
Remember that cave that was full of giant frogs?
The frogs!
Yes.
Frog, yeah.
And there was that big landing back at the back.
With all the bones?
Yeah.
I love that plan. Then we don't even have to waste our time. Let's just go to sleep. Let the frogs get some dinner.
All right, Cap, Sir Fuzzy, keep a good eye, watch for us.
Yeah. All right.
To make sure that in case they do kill the frogs and come back.
Yeah, I support that. And I look at Sir Fuzz and I'm like, hey, dude, go invisible, sit on the roof, keep an eye out at the portals. Let us know if any of the guards come back. And let us know if my elf doppelganger comes back and give me like an immediate feedback so we can like do some shit immediately. That shadow dice roll made me nervous, man.
Alrighty. So, you guys settle in for the night. You do get a long rest. The next morning, you guys get up, and you can hear you can hear a commotion from the room to the south of you. It sounds like somebody was making some kind of report, and Callus is not happy with the outcome.
Oh shit. I immediately use my senses to tap into Sir Fuzz, and I'm like, hey, did you see anything? Did anyone come back? What was the deal?
I would have woke you up if somebody came back.
Okay, I give him a little heart cookie with extra blood.
No.
Ooh, Nightshade, do you not trust him?
Oh,
No,
trust
Nightshade
him.
is trying to see if he can understand what's being said.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's trying to eavesdrop on the conversation, so I've got my ear up against the.
Got you. I'm gonna do the same then.
Okay.
Ah, fuck.
All right. Suspicious. You can hear a little more of the conversation, and it sounds like, the dude never came back. And he took several decent warriors with him.
Hell yeah, frogs.
And he did not return. So it sounds like Talos is a little pissed off at the moment.
Fair. Let's hide out in here for like 20 minutes. Let everyone cool down.
Sharpen my claws.
Are there like people running around and doing stuff or just like talking?
Yeah, you can hear people starting to move around in the morning and things like that.
Okay.
Sir Fuzzy will let you know that there are a couple of Terrians roosting on the roof as well, so advising caution when heading outside, if not being stealthy.
Okay. And I
You
look
say
at him and say,
carrions, like vultures?
No, the Terrians. The
Oh,
P-E-R-T...
Okay.
P-E-R... Yeah, those
I get you.
things.
The things that steal your heart.
Yep.
All right, I thought it's for one reason I heard carrions, and I was like a carrion bird, like a vulture.
Nope.
Fair.
The wolf face, elk antlered, eagle bodied wizard experiment.
Monstrosity.
I give
All right,
Sir
so we're
Fuzzy.
gonna go to this meeting. Is that what we plan on doing?
Hell yeah. So I guess let's go outside and try to find some breakfast or something and see what time the meeting is. I ask Sir Fuzzy first. I'm like, okay, so you've been keeping watch all night. Thank you so much. Here's another cookie. Can you please just fly around the rooms and make sure that elf dude isn't there? And I wait for him to do that first.
Okay, he checks it out. He says, as far as he can tell, elf dude did not show up.
All right, 2 more cookies for Sir Fuzz. And let's go try to get breakfast, guys. See what's up.
Okay.
All right, heading down to breakfast.
They do tell you that there is a bathing room over on this side of the
Are
hall.
they trying to tell us that we smell?
No, just letting you know that if you needed to freshen up or anything like that.
Okay. I'll go take advantage of that then, just because.
You know, they understand you're an elf. You might be a little snooty.
I'm definitely snooty. I will play the part. Wash, 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 wash. Clean, 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 clean. Do I see anything cool in here?
It's just a bathroom.
Cool, cool.
Splish splash, I was taking the bath.
Super clean. Okay, I'm clean. Now I leave.
Okay.
And I go downstairs.
Yep. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get you guys moved to the map.
Cool.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, if we need to take a short break, go right ahead.
Okay. I'll be right back then.
All right.
Back.
I'm back.
All right. So, you guys get downstairs. It smells like
Victory.
smells like breakfast is being served, and folks will direct you to the parlor over this way for breakfast.
All right, I actually don't have the map.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, cool. That's where food is at.
Yep. And so that's where the cooks usually lay breakfast out.
Anything good?
This room?
Yep, that room. Nothing super great. There's some eggs, some salted meat that's been fried. Basic fare.
Cool.
I see the eggs, and you see a tear run down my eye.
Ha! We haven't been in here. Anything interesting on the walls or anything?
So on the walls, you can see there is you can see there is a tapestry. Looks like a white stag standing at the head of a valley with a pair of green dragons soaring overhead, and deer, boar, and hedgehogs hiding among the leaves and trees below. The other walls are covered with various trophies: mountain goat heads, 10-point elk head, giant eagle head and talons, a metallic bull's head, griffin head and four claws, and the head of a white furred boar with tusks about as long as a dagger.
Fun.
Otherwise, it is nothing more than a large fireplace, some leather chairs, and a table set with some smoked sausages and other breakfast items.
Cool. I eat a lot.
Nom nom nom.
Just silently munching in the corner. I don't eat the eggs out of respect for Nightshade. Are anyone else in here getting breakfast with us?
Seems like a few of the cultists, random folks. The thing that's the most startling is when a four-armed troll walks in the door and starts loading up a plate.
I give him a little head nod. Like
Looks over at you, kind of quizzically, shrugs, and goes back to loading up his plate.
And I agree with Nightshade. Let's listen to some conversations. Kind of silently eat.
And, after that, he tromps back out towards the kitchen, probably heading back outside.
Okay.
Just a hallway. Open that door.
Yeah, that hallway leads back to the kitchen. You see the cooks bringing out fresh stuff every so often.
I look out the window to see if I can see anything. Anything interesting? Anyone out there?
Looks like it snowed lightly during the night.
Okay.
Seems like most people don't sit in here and eat breakfast. You're seeing them kind of like get their breakfast and go back to whatever business they had.
Okay. Maybe we should scoot.
All right.
All right, I follow Nightshade.
So what's on this other side? Check it out. I think more of the kitchen, wouldn't it? No, a big long hallway. Just gonna wander around like I'm exploring. Unless someone tells me to stop.
So as you poke your nose in there, Nightshade, you can see this room is stacked with blankets, sheets, various furs, tablecloths, flags, banners, and rolled up rugs.
Not set on fire.
Right, as you open that door, you can see that this particular parlor has several stout beams overhead, stained black with smoke and soot, a comfortable table and chairs, and small wardrobe and suit of leather black metallic armor stands in the room. A large tapestry showing 3 hounds dragging down a white boar shimmers in a strange light.
You want to come check out that tapestry and metal armor?
Fuck yeah. What's up with that strange light? Can I do like perception on it or some sort of something?
Sure, give me an Arcana check.
Okay, I kind of had a feeling that's where that's going. I don't know shit. Anyone else want to take a stab?
It's a shimmery tapestry. Maybe it may be that somebody's cast an illusion on it to improve its looks.
Okay.
Yeah, Nightshade, you think it's probably some kind of illusion.
Nice.
But because as you look at it, it almost seems to have like 3D effect, like you're looking into an actual forest on the other side.
That would be
That's
cool,
kinda
though.
cool. I want that.
Be like holographic paintings.
Yeah. It's Harry Potter-esque.
Said there was a suit of armor.
Yep. So, are you guys investigating the tapestry any further?
I mean, yeah, if you're
Well,
gonna
is
add
it moving? I mean, it's an illusion, but is it moving?
It doesn't seem to be
Or
moving,
maybe-
but like I said, it seems to have depth to it. And as you
I tried to
move side to side, it definitely is like a 3D, and you can kind of see around things.
I touch it lightly just to
Yeah.
see.
See if
Uh,
there's anything like it's hiding, like if there's like a hidden compartment covered by an illusion, since it's got some depth, maybe.
Yeah, give me a dexterity save.
Oh God. Okay, hang on.
All right, so you reach out and touch it, and you feel like suddenly there's no resistance. Like you could step right into the scene, and you quickly like catch yourself before you fall, expecting there to be like when you put your hand out, there's going to be a wall behind it that you're going to feel.
Look at me being nimble. I can do things.
Merlin, be nimble.
Merlin be
Suspicious,
nimble.
be quick.
Merlin be quick. Merlin blow up the candlestick.
Don't tempt me. All right, I kind of want to check this out a little bit more. What do we think about this tapestry?
Does it feel like you can step all the way through like a portal?
I don't know. Does it?
Are you going to try?
Can I like stick my arm in just a little bit for just an arm? You know.
Well, like I said, if you just put your hand or something against it, you can. It doesn't just like vanish, but it definitely feels like there's not anything stopping you from going completely into the tapestry.
Okay, so then with my entire body in the room, right, I
Okay.
just put my left foot in.
Okay, your left foot goes in.
Okay.
And shakes it all about.
Damn straight. Okay, then I put a little weight on that left foot and I kind of like lean in like real cautiously.
Okay. As your body crosses the halfway point, you vanish.
Ah, god damn it.
And you find yourself standing in a forest.
Can I see the tapestry to get back?
Nope.
Can someone stick out their arm and help me find my way back?
I stick out the non-pointy end of my spear through the thing.
Okay, so you stick the butt of your spear into the tapestry. Nothing seems to be happening. Merlin, you do not see the butt of a spear poking through.
No, did I just get permanently separated from everyone? I'm so mad. Okay. Options. So what do I see where I am? So it's a forest, that's it?
Yep. You start looking around and you realize I recognize those mountain peaks. I saw them behind the lodge when we came out of the portal. And oh look, there's the hunting lodge, and you realize you're kind of up on a mountainside about 5 miles away from there. But yeah, so Nightshade, you can feel your spear kind of like falling into the painting, but it doesn't just vanish.
Okay, so here's what I do. I tap into Sir Fuzzy and I'm like, hey bud, I'm in a bit of a bind. I'm like 5 miles away. I need you to tell Nightshade and the others that they can come like help me get back. Please and thank you.
So at that point, Sir Fuzzy will appear on Nightshade's shoulder and go, "Hey, moron! She wants you to jump in the tapestry.
No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I jump in his mind. Oh, actually, no, that's fine. They can do that. That's fine. Then they'll get to me faster. They can fly. All right, we're cool. We're cool.
I want to check out this armor before I jump through the tapestry.
Totally cool.
Get it. Is
So-
it just does it appear real armor? Or is it pure maybe?
Looks like normal armor.
Is it? Can
Looks
I
like
sense any
plate.
magic? Oh, plate armor.
Yep.
I don't think any of us would even wear that. Like maybe Nefaria. She is a Twilight cleric, so she's proficient in it.
Yeah, Nefaria could wear it.
I don't remember what her dex is or anything. But
Dex is +1, so it wouldn't be a major detriment to swap to plate armor.
because right now she's getting disadvantage anyway on stealth checks, right? Isn't she wearing chain or something like
that? She's wearing a breastplate right now, so that she didn't have the disadvantage on stealth checks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can come back to it if we decide to do it. I just thought it. All right, I'll let everyone know that Merlin fell through this tapestry portal, and Sir Blowhard here wants us to jump through the portal.
Wait. So before you jump through, I let Sir Fuzz know that I'm thinking like maybe if just you and Suspicious come through, you guys could like tie ropes to me and carry me back. So maybe, I don't know, I'm thinking it's 5 miles away. The summit has to be soon. I don't want to miss it. How else can I like get back quicker? Would that even work?
So you're wanting them to just fly you back?
Kinda.
Unfortunately, their fly speed is no better than their walking speed.
Okay, screw it. Then, yeah.
Actually, that's true, but
Wait.
I fly it. What do I fly at now?
I think you're up to 40.
Okay, yeah, 40 feet.
I do have a horse I can pop out.
Oh, you've got that robe.
Like it's like a legitimate horse, and I can just ride it back. But then I lose my horse.
Well, no, it just stays there.
Yeah. Unless we ride him back through the portal. Okay. I used Sir Fuzzy to kind of quickly talk with Nightshade and say, hey man, do you guys want to come here or should I just ride my horse? What do you think?
So Sir Fuzzy will... Well, your dumbass is done screwed up. She's decided you took too long and she's going to come back on her own.
Valid communication, Sir Fuzz. Alright, screw it. I pop my horse patch and I ride back real elegantly.
Okay,
An elf
so it takes you about
a morning ride.
half an hour to get back, I'm just going to say.
Okay, cool. It's probably faster than a walk anyway, so.
Oh, yeah. For 5 miles? Yeah. Take you a couple hours to make it 5 miles.
Yeah.
Found another bathroom.
Yep. As you get there, roll me a perception check, Nightshade. You hear high-pitched voices talking in Draconic.
Ooh.
From the other side of this door?
Yep.
High-pitched voices speaking in Draconic. Maybe kobolds? I'll look. Like, is there any cracks around the door, under the door?
No, but you can smell kobold.
No, so I think kobolds on the other side.
Yeah, it's you can smell the foul odor wafting through.
Nah, I don't think I need to go there. I'll come back with everybody else and say, "Yeah, we got kobolds up ahead."
Oh, dang. Do you know what they're doing? What they're talking about? What's up?
I just heard their squeaky voices.
Sounded like some of them were half asleep. A few of them talking about plans, things like that.
All right. I'm into avoiding it.
You're avoiding the kibbles.
Maybe Celeste can send them on a goose chase.
And I just tell everyone, let's make a mental note of that rando portal I accidentally went through, because that's a pretty solid escape route. Just saying.
I look at is it this tapestry? Is that
Merlin,
something that's
roll me
mounted, or is
a.
it something that can be rolled up?
Great question.
It looks like it could probably be rolled up. But Merlin, roll me a dexterity save.
Again? Okay. Oh, shit.
So, as you are out riding, do you want to use your lucky few?
Yes, I do. Yes, I absolutely do. Yes, I'm just clicking screens now. Okay. Lucky. And then here we go. Dex save, please, God.
Womp
No.
womp. All right. So as you're out riding, you hear some crashing in the bush nearby, and as you turn to see what it is, you see a elk busting off over the hillside.
Oh God.
And you think, if I was just a moment or two faster, I could have probably shot it with an Eldritch Blast and brought it back for supplies.
Ah. Dang. At least I didn't fall off my horse.
Yep.
But it probably would have been pretty badass to be like, guys, I went hunting. Dang. Do we want to roll that up, Nightshade? Any thoughts on that?
So Sir Fuzzy will report to you, well, it seems like nobody at the manor gives two shakes about you. The one dude just decided to keep exploring even though you were off lost in the middle of nowhere.
I'm like, thank you so much, Sir Fuzz, for, always being there for me and having my back. And I just give him 2 more cookies.
Of course. I would never do anything horrible to you. You're my best friend. Unlike those guys.
And I give him 3 more cookies just for being nice, and they have extra blood on them. I just have so many of these in my pocket.
he just kind of sits there.
And I almost reach out to Sir Fuzzy, like I'm gonna grab him by the neck and throw him through the portal, and then pull my hand back.
Well, he was doing this in her head while she was
in his
covering
head.
back.
Okay, I thought he was doing it so we could all hear it because
no. He's a little demon. He's trying to cause trouble.
Well, I thought he was trying to rub it in, egg us on, type thing. So
he's not dumb enough.
Let's roll the portal up.
He's not dumb enough to do it while you guys are right there. Yeah, so you guys can roll that up. Are you going to do it now or when you're more done being here? Because it's not like you can hide that you're carrying this thing around.
Okay, fair point. I guess
all
it's
right. No, we'll leave it then.
Yeah, but keep it in mind because that's pretty cool.
And it would, like you said, make a great escape route, but you're pretty sure it has to be hanging up on the wall to work.
Sure, that makes sense.
Not necessarily this particular wall, just it has to be hung on a wall for it to work. So
you can't put it on the floor and hop through?
Nope.
Got you. Making a note.
But down the road, it could be an escape path, might maybe clear this lodge out and turn it into our own hunting lodge. Figure out who owns it.
Yeah.
recycle it. Who knows?
All right, cool. Let's scoot.
All right. So, what time was our meeting?
It really wasn't like a hard meet at this time. It was just there's supposed to be a meeting.
Yeah. Let's see what we can see. Oh, there you are, suspicious.
So it may be the case that the meeting has started, and just whenever you guys show up, they'll get to discussing the parts relevant to you.
Fair. Can we see where anyone's congregating? Is there like
It
masses of
seems
people?
like everybody's upstairs in the room that Talus came out of earlier. Yesterday.
Cool. All right, heading up.
Okay.
Wait, did I go on the wrong thing? Everyone's moving so fast.
All right. So you guys start heading upstairs.
Two. I kind of like listen near the door first. Do you want me to roll for perception?
Sure.
Okay. Roll. I don't hear shit. I turn
Okay.
suspicious and I'm like, can you hear shit?
Are they in this conference room ahead of me since the door's open?
Yes. Suspicious. You listen at the door and you listen real hard, and suddenly you hear this.
Oh goodness, did someone fart?
No, he heard shit. You guys are at the wrong door.
What? Oh, I thought that she came from that door.
Nope.
Oh, next over
No,
here.
she came from where I'm at.
Oh, okay. Well, do you hear anything?
Well, they're in here having conversations.
Mm. Okay, cool. I guess I should knock on the door. Let me just.
It was left open.
Oh, well, I kind of.
As you guys get there, the palace will. Yes, come in.
Hey, sorry we're a little late.
All good. I know that the you guys probably keep some different hours there at the castle with the swamp and everything.
Yeah, not particularly used to it over here yet, but doing the best we can.
So,
So, they have any problem with my map?
well,
Yeah, how'd it
Everything
go?
get secured?
he hasn't come back.
No, really?
Yes, but I was going to ask, how is Vorag
Is he-
Hamfanum?
Who? What? Never heard of a hoary hum phantom.
Vorag
Or do you,
Hamanthar.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I answer a lot quicker than I'm answering right now, but I'm checking my notes.
are you sure you can trust the person you sent?
Can I like
They wouldn't abscond with that treasure, would they?
Can I like perception check her to see if I can tell if she's
That
trying
sounds like
me?
that sounds like a dragon's.
Perception check for what?
To see if like she's trying to like goad me into saying that someone's doing well when they don't exist.
You can try.
Okay. Perception, please, perception.
You have no
Yeah.
clue what her goal is about asking about that.
Can I do like a history check or something to see if I've ever heard of this person?
Sure.
Okay, we're just going for everything right now because I have literally no idea.
I have no idea. I hadn't been there long, so I never met this.
He's the black dragon that runs the swamp.
I figured-
You guys found out he's got a secret brother.
Okay, well then I share that. I'm like, well, funny you should bring him up. We actually just found out he has, he's hiding this brother. Did you know about that?
No.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. What the great worms do is their concerns.
This is true. But yeah, so back to this search party here. What's going on? Like, we trusted him, right? I thought he was one of the good ones.
Well, one of the men he took apparently was guarding the portal and came back telling tales of horrid noises, the sounds of the earth rending open and swallowing them whole.
I didn't think the lizard folk were capable of something like that. They put up a fight, but they didn't, make the earth rumble. That's absurd. Are you sure he was telling the truth?
They got shamans that can summon earth elementals?
What is going on?
No, nothing like that. Just great deep rumblings. He said it sounded like that of a frog, but 100 times larger.
That sounds absurd. And he's okay mentally?
That sounds like a slot.
Like a what?
Chaos frog. Also known as salads.
Yes. A salad. Wasn't it one of your games where one of them tried to eat one?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that was it.
I've had a few times where sloths have tried to eat people.
No, I mean somebody in the party tried to eat the slot.
Oh, I think I've had that happen a couple of times too. It does not go well.
I respect the audacity.
So,
well, where things are is where they are. So what's the next?
Old Vorag has
stage?
a brother, huh? Interesting.
Yeah. Thought it would be relevant.
They don't tend to get too pushy and involved in trying to throw weight around, but good to know. Never hurts to have a little extra leverage.
Yeah, I figured you'd want to know. So what do we do now that these guys didn't come back and this other guy's telling tales of the earth? He's mentally sound, right? We're sure of that?
Yes, he's sound, but until we know what may have moved in after you guys left, we probably don't want to send anyone else back without some pretty serious backing.
Completely fair.
We've pulled a good bit of supplies through, so we may just let this one be for now. Go back another time.
I'd sure hate to not have the treasure when we need it, though.
True, but with it all collected there, once Tiamat returns, let's just say she can retrieve it whenever she wishes.
Her ladyship can I have all faith in her. So what's next then? If we're abandoning the castle, what else can I do?
Well, there's word that others are trying to apprehend a flying castle to use it to transport large amounts of treasure.
That sounds awesome.
If you guys are willing and are able to intercept them, it would greatly go towards improving my standing with in her ladyship's hierarchy.
I look around and I just kind of give everyone like a little appraising look and wait for them to nod back.
And of course, obviously, those that help get helped. That's why we're here. Right, Merlin?
I kind of don't respond to Merlin, and I'm like,
Well, let's put it this way. Sorry, I had him on there, but you notice Resmir is not attending this meeting.
interesting. Okay. And I say, where's Resmir at? Is he already working on this?
She gives you that dangerous-looking grin.
She sent him after the salad.
After the what?
Resmir is well, we are devotees of her ladyship Tiamat. Resmir is getting a little too big for himself. He was the one who came here bragging about coming up with this ingenious plan to use a castle to haul his massive amount of loot in order to win her lady's favor.
So we took him out.
So, I would like you to go make sure he fails.
Understood. I give her like a knowing nod. And I say, I feel this team is up to the task. Thank you for your faith in us.
And who are these other members of your team? I haven't been introduced.
These are my bodyguards, and she will introduce them as Sorvik and Kushfia.
Immediately hovering for spelling.
Sounds like turn again? Yeah, the evil is fighting amongst itself, trying to be the top dog.
And we're poking sticks in the embers to try her to fire.
But you didn't start the fire.
Oh no, I understand. We're stirring the coals, though. We're trying to get the flame. Not speaking that out loud, though.
Oh yeah.
So where is this castle at? So
the castle is known as Skyreach Castle, and it can be found traveling along near Parnast.
Spelled as...
It's a little over 5 miles from here on the other side of the mountain. At least half a day's travel.
It's okay, I know shortcut.
Are you referring to the tapestry?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the tapestry prefers to place you somewhere near game, not necessarily heading in a particular direction.
Understood. That's interesting. And do you have any sort of plan for how we can take this down, or are we just taking down Resmir to get control of it? Or are we supposed to, subdue the castle in some way? Does it have its own, consciousness?
No, but I would prefer you capture it in order to allow me to present the treasure myself. But it would require additional. It would help me more, but simply stopping Resmir is sufficient from being able to use it. So destroy it if you must, capture it if you can.
Okay. And I think, obviously, not trying to overstep my bounds here or anything, but you will, remember me when her ladyship rises, right?
Of course, I do not forget those who aid me. They
Good.
all
I've been
should
loyal.
gain in the rewards they deserve.
All right. Well, I'm happy to serve you loyally, and I think we all willingly take on this task.
Very nice. I appreciate your efforts.
Of course. Anything else we should know, or all good to go? I'm ready to get going. I want to kick Resmir's butt.
Aside from that, I do not know of anything else, but if you have any questions, I unfortunately cannot aid with that, as I have not seen this castle. But from what I understand, it one time belongs to the Cloud Giants. So expect things to be a bit on the large side.
Okay. Solid.
But with Resmir taking it over, he may have made some accommodations to make it a little easier to get around. But
Okay.
no guarantees.
Sounds great. Well, thank you very much for the information. I look around at anyone else and kind of give them an opportunity to, ask any other questions they want.
I was going to say, is this where Nefaria opens her mouth and says, "Now turn from thine evil ways or be smitten!"
We need to get her some hypnosis or something so she can just hypnotize the bad guys into being nice.
Or hypnotize herself to wait.
Not
Self-hypnosis. Do not aggravate anybody.
You are a bad person for the next 20 minutes. All right, so if no one has any questions, then I will say, all right, well, we're pretty excited to get going. Anyone else have anything else, or should we just get to it?
Has he already left for this castle?
Yes, he left yesterday evening after coming to gloat.
Okay. Who all did he take with him?
He did not take any of my people with him. He has his own people at the castle, apparently.
Oh, so he's doing it by himself. He's really cocky.
Wow. What an
Well,
ass.
I'm sure he had, from my understanding, much of the village of Parnas that you'll be headed towards is devoted to the cause, so he will probably be recruiting folks from there as well as having his own defenses.
Good to know.
Plus whatever defenses may be left behind that the Cloud Giants left that he's managed to wrest to his control.
anything that you have that might help us fight those defenses?
Unfortunately, I do not.
Any other questions, guys?
Nope.
All right. Then I give her a little head bow.
She
Like an
stops to
elf
think
would.
for a moment and then says, "Well, and she walks back over to her room and comes back with a suit of chainmail that's
Ooh,
glowing.
fun. Who would it best suit?
The only person that can wear it is Nefaria, and she's wearing a breastplate right now, but could put that on since it would be a major armor upgrade
Hell yeah.
for her. Because it's a 17 AC, and she's at 17 with a shield and breastplate right now.
That's
So
pretty
that
great.
would be putting her to a 19.
Cool.
But I will go ahead and put that on the party sheet, and you guys can.
Let her know next time.
Yep.
Sounds great.
And
And I think how
are you guys going to walk away, or are you going to now smite the evil?
now that is the question. Do we want to take on these two bodyguards and her, or do we want to like try to, lure them away real quick?
Or do you want to go deal with Resmir first and then come back to the palace?
That is an option. What do you guys think?
It's a flying castle that we land right on the lodge.
Ah, just smash it and be done.
I do kind of like that idea, but yeah, let's go get Resmir first.
Or at least
I-
leave here and discuss, because we could always really quickly come back if we need to.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So you guys are heading out, which means level up.
Whee! Cool. Wow, we're gonna be level 7. That's so fun.
Yep.
That's 4th level spells for somebody.
Nefaria and Merlin.
Woo!
So Nefaria will have to level up when she's back, but yep, Merlin will be 4th level spells. Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's pretty great, man.
Now, Merlin's a warlock, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Any suggestions?
You get another spell slot.
Not
You don't get
yet.
a slot, but I mean a known spell, I should say.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh. There's some cool options.
Are we level 7 or level 6?
You should be level 7.
For some reason I didn't save my level last. That was what was throwing me.
Ah. I have updated your existing spells, Merlin, to reflect 4th level spell power.
Thanks.
Alright, that was a big one for me. Especially fighting all these dragon things with breath weapons. Because now I just got evasion.
Suspicious. Your sneak attack goes up.
Yes.
That's good.
I gotta look up because it's not giving me a description of. Oh, it's if I okay, got. All right, so now with improved hand of healing, I get that. It removes the condition. The harm gives them poison if I hit them with it.
Nice.
So I got to guess. I got to click on both of them. So I click on one, and then I drop the other one on the person
Yes.
I hit. Oh.
Yes.
Banishment sounds fun.
Banishment is useful. So the best thing with banishment is if you're going up against any kind of outsider, meaning they're not native to the material plane. If you hold your concentration for the full minute, they're banished permanently. Something has to summon them back. They don't come back. If they're native to the material plane, then they come back at the end of a minute or when you lose concentration.
Okay.
But it can
I
be
feel
a
like that
great
could
way to
really-
go. You can set out this fight while we deal with the rest of stuff.
Honestly, I was thinking like for Talus's bodyguards, we could like pop one away, and then we just have like what, her and one dude. We can do that for a minute.
Let's see. What else do you get?
I also need to get 2 focus points whenever you get a chance because it never adds. I think that's just a tracker you put on there. I think.
Yeah. You can actually hit the. So down at the bottom, you see where it says mode and it says standard. You can change that to prep and then just adjust those focus points by clicking on it and typing in the 7 or whatever. And then click the preparation to change it back to standard. And one more time. There you go. Yep.
Oh, okay.
If so, here's the thing: if it says combat, anything that you have certain number of uses of, once you expend those uses, it makes things start disappearing. But
I didn't realize there's 3. I thought it.
yeah,
I didn't,
standard
I
just
thought it-
keeps everything visible, so you can see when you've used something up. It doesn't just disappear. Let's see. Level 4 Warlock. Banishment. Charm Monster.
I was just reading that one.
Dimension Door is powerful.
Ooh, I didn't read that one. Ooh.
It can be a very good, we need to get out of here now.
Or get into something now.
Yeah.
I can bring one willing creature. So I could bring Celeste because we can't fly.
Yep.
Or Neferia. Okay, I guess she can't fly either.
Yep. Sickening Radiance is a fun one.
Ooh. Didn't read that one yet either. Oh, we did read this. That actually looked really fun.
Now, here's the other thing. As a warlock, you can ditch one spell that you know from lower levels to upgrade that spell.
I kind of liked mine. I also can't see them when I'm in this. Do you know which ones I happen to have by chance?
So you currently have... let's see. That's from your pack. That's from your Initiate. That's from... No, that one... So you have Hellish Rebuke and Hex, which are solid ones.
I like those, yeah.
You've got Mirror Image, which I don't think you...
I like.
It's a great idea, but how often have you used it?
It was great for the circus.
Oh, yeah.
What was that?
Mirror Image. Shatter is decent, at least for having some area of effect, but
I like Shadow.
if you picked up something else, you might get something different. Hunger of Hadar gives you area of effect stuff.
I thought you already had Hunger
Tongues
of
make
Hadar.
sure that you can talk
Yeah,
to
he's good.
people. And then Vampiric Touch helps you heal up when you're getting hit in combat.
So I think you're right. I think Mirror Image is the one that I would want to ditch.
You don't have to. I'm just saying
No,
it's
you're right, I don't
probably
use
your
it.
least used thing. So if you really wanted 2 4th level spells to pick from, you could do that.
I think I do. I think I want Charm Monster. And then I think I'm between Banishment and Dimension Door.
Yeah. Another
Yeah.
thing that I'm going
Hunger of
to...
Hadar is pretty good too if you don't already have.
Oh, I have that one. Yeah, he was reading
Yeah.
off the spells that I have because I can't see them right now. Which,
The
thank you
other-
for that, by the way.
The other thing I will point out that may be useful in this particular adventure is, since you're fighting dragons, and dragons tend to be resistant or immune to a lot of elements, Elemental Bane can be a way to get around some of those resistances and cause extra
Ooh.
damage. If you're pairing it up with somebody who's throwing a lot of elemental damage type stuff out. You
Do we
guys
have someone like that?
you guys don't have necessarily a sorcerer or somebody who's throwing a lot of that, but it's there. I'm just pointing it out as it would be a fairly useful utility spell, especially if you started if you took some of that stuff like fireball or other elemental damage type things. Right now, all you've got is shatter. I think it would affect Hunger of Hadar potentially as well for some extra damage.
Yeah, because it does. Hunger of Hadar is cold and
Acid.
acid.
So you would have to pick one of those two and do that. It is a concentration spell, so you have to worry about losing your concentration as well.
And then I would probably have to play Elemental Bane in one turn and then wait to do my Hunger of Hadar.
Yep.
Interesting.
Or you can Hunger of Hadar. Well, you wouldn't be able to see it.
It's two. Yeah, it's two concentration spells though, so that wouldn't work.
Yeah. But something like Shatter that does thunder damage would be affected by it. Your Green Flame Blade would be affected by it.
Okay.
Yeah, the one thing with warlocks that I found when I played them is if you have the opportunity, try to take the most powerful advanced spell that you can,
Okay.
because you only get 2 spell slots per short rest. So, and they're always cast at the highest level. So, a lot of times it's good to get rid of Mirror Image because it's not very strong compared to the 4th level spells.
The other thing I will say is, while Hunger of Hadar is a very good spell, you're probably going to want to drop it once you get 5th level spells because it doesn't scale. So
and everything else does.
You're not gaining extra benefits from casting that at a higher level. Now, the plus side of it is it creates this ball of blackness, meaning even if they have true sight, they can't see.
Yeah.
Because it is black rather than dark. So there is advantages to it, but...
Is it blackness? I thought it said darkness.
Magical
darkness, because I play a sorcerer with a warlock that does
a 20-foot radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold. So the way I read that is, it is black. It is not dark. It is just plain black.
Okay.
Other DMs may interpret that differently, but the way I read it, it is straight up black. You can't see through it. And because of the disorientation effect of the whispers and slurping and tentacles, it also means it's not like something that you can be like, okay, I need to just keep walking forward to get out of here, because all the sounds that you would use to orient yourself become distorted.
Very true. It's a pretty good one. I want to use it.
Oh, it
Didn't
is.
even
It is a very nice spell.
I feel like we
Especially
like
if you get in an area where you're trying to escape, you can block off a whole corridor with it, hit them with it,
Mm-hmm.
shut them in a door. Like this room that we were just in, if there was no escape, we like could have walked right out the door. You could put the Hunger Havadar right in the room. Like we could have shut the door. I could have blocked the door with the Rod of Lordly Might, or not Lordly Might, but the immovable rod, so they can't get out. And then it would just feasted on them.
Ooh, I like this plan. Cool. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of the mirror image. I think I'm gonna take Elemental Bane instead, and then I'm leaning towards Banishment. I think that's pretty useful.
Banishment, if you can make... I will say, if you want to feature Banishment, there's going to be at least one... There's going to be two things you're going to want to do.
Okay.
First off, and you can do these in either order, but next level, when you hit level 8 and you get another feat, you're probably going to want to pick up either Warcaster,
Okay,
or Resilient Constitution.
okay. What are those?
Warcaster does two things. One, it lets you make spell opportunity attacks, and it also means you don't have to worry about having a free hand for doing your casting.
Cool.
The bigger thing it does is it gives you advantage on all checks to maintain your concentration on a spell.
Ooh.
So anytime you have to make a con save to maintain your spell, you have advantage on it. Resilient Constitution gives you a +1 in Constitution, so that would push your Constitution to a 14, meaning you would get 8 extra hit points.
Love it.
And it gives you proficiency in Constitution saves.
Cool.
Which means you stack the two of those. At that point, you would have, a +5 to your con saves?
Hmm.
And you have advantage. So the chances of you failing when you get hit, if you're not getting hit for at least 20 points of damage, you have to make a 10. The chances of you failing are, 5 in 20?
Well,
That is great.
4.
Three times 3. 3 and 20 and 3 and 20, whatever that comes out to for probability statistics. You have to roll a 3 or lower on both dice.
1 in 9.
That's pretty great.
But-
I very much like those odds.
And statistically, a advantage statistically is basically like having an extra +5 to it. So
Yeah.
basically, unless you're really having a bad day, you're going to have a hard time failing. Now, once you get over 20 points of damage, it's 10 plus half the damage you've taken.
Okay. I love all of this.
So just giving you some ideas if you wanted to take your character that direction with being able... Because Banishment and spells like that really are powerful battlefield control spells.
Mm-hmm.
So it allows you to manipulate the battlefield, and the way that works is encounters in D&D are based on challenge rating, and a party of level 7 adventurers has a certain challenge rating that they are expected that they can fight that and not have to have problems. There's another level of them that, okay, you can fight it, but it's going to be a difficult fight. And then there's a threshold where it's like, okay, you can fight that, but somebody's probably going to end up going unconscious, possibly permanently dying.
Okay.
By taking something off the battlefield, you can massively lower that challenge rating of an encounter that your party is in. Now,
Yeah.
the other thing to be aware of mechanics-wise is you're at a level where you're going to start running into creatures and enemies that have what is known as legendary actions and legendary resistances.
Oh no.
Legendary actions mean the enemy can interrupt your guys' turns. So he can take a turn, and then he has so many legendary action points that he can use to go between your guys' turns before he goes again in the initiative order. So something to be aware of as far as that. A lot of those enemies also have what's known as legendary resistances, meaning if they fail a save, they can just choose to say, no, I succeeded.
Oh.
So because you're a warlock and don't have a lot of spell slots, you're going to need to be strategic about when you use and who you use things like banishment on.
Okay.
Because if it seems like they can just kind of, no, I'm not dealing with that, you might want to wait until they stop being able to do that so that your spell actually succeeds. The good news is you have annoying cantrips like Sacred Flame that you can throw at them, and they're going to be like, I don't want to get hit by that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to choose to succeed if they don't know what it is. So what I usually do in that case is I will roll a check, an Arcana check for the enemies to see if they recognize the spell. If they don't, then they may assume that might be something nasty. I just don't want to have to deal with it.
Okay.
And I automatically succeed on my save.
Awesome.
Whereas if they do recognize it, they might go, oh, well, that's just Sacred Flame. It's not going to be that bad.
Okay.
And choose not to use it.
Yeah.
So, just kind of giving you some insight because we're really getting to the point where strategy and tactics start playing a large role in it. Just trying to brute force your way through combat will start becoming more difficult.
Yeah, I just took their own notes on all of that, and I will be doing that. That is awesome.
Yep, and I was recording it too, so if